In the beginning, there was nothing. Maybe just a bit of light, but nothing else. How long have I been walking around like this, waiting for something to happen? It must have been years. The last time I made decisions for myself, it seemed like eons ago, like I was someone else. The person I am now? I'm just a shadow. No, a whisper of my former self. All I know is I need to keep moving, even though it seems like I'm walking in circles. But at least I'm moving, right? But then I see the newcomer, a white figure in the distance with a long scarf, heading towards me. He calls out to me, and I reluctantly respond. This means nothing anyway, right? I thought. Lots of people have passed by but never stayed, never did anything other than wasted time with me in these dark underwater caves. Eventually, they moved on, while I stayed behind. It's always been like this. We explored the caves together. We don't speak, but there's a silent understanding between us. I shouldn't get my hopes up, but I wondered. Perhaps this is it. The moment I'll finally be able to leave these doldrums. So, we survived. I was truly surprised. Before, every time I passed by this part of the cave for what seemed like an eternity, I was always beaten by those guardians. Every single time. Until the white-robed traveler. The world then dissolved into ancient ruins humming with the echoes of travelers long past. There's something oddly nostalgic about this place. The white-robed traveler and I trace patterns in the water with our movements. I don't know who is leading or following. It doesn't matter. Whatever we're doing, it feels like we're performing an intricate ancient dance, filling the ruins with something alive. I realize suddenly that I don't want this to end, that I don't want to return to the silence of my own mind, to the monotony of the world outside this journey. I know this journey will help me reach the apex. I can sense it already, but what happens after that? What if the white-robed traveler and I are meant to part ways? What then? Even if I'll no longer be in the underwater caverns that had trapped me for years, even if I'll have reached the apex, if I'm alone, Will I return to the demons haunting my mind? Will I eventually just be trapped in another kind of underwater cavern? We then find ourselves in an unforgiving winter environment. The cold chills us to the bone, merciless. The storm is relentless, but we don't let go of each other. We keep each other warm. When I fall, he follows me, even if it meant starting almost at the beginning of this level. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but I was. All of my other friends had just left me behind when I fell behind. Suddenly, a beam focuses on us. A guardian! And for some strange reason, the white-robed traveler jumps out of hiding. And he is struck by the guardian. I rush to him, worried and chirping, but he stands up again soon, and we resume our journey. Unfortunately, just as he stands up again, the beam focuses on him again, and he is struck once more by the guardian. Toward him, concerned. At this point, his scarf is tiny, but he's still alive, still chirping, still warm. As we continue past the guardian, it's clear we're in this together, no matter what. I glance at him. He's shivering, struggling, but he keeps moving. So do I. I wonder if he is thinking the same thing I am. That if one of us falls, the other might be lost too. I used to think that survival was a solitary endeavor. After all, I spent years in the underwater caverns. Many passed by, and while they were friendly and pleasant, none could help me get unstuck. Not that they had to. It wasn't their duty. It was my own duty to get myself unstuck. But I couldn't. And all of those friends just faded into silence, into their own lives. I only got unstuck when I met the white-robed traveler. With him, I didn't have to fight just to keep a conversation going. No, he approached me, and he gently encouraged me to get out of the caverns. I remember all the times I lost people before they were even truly gone. And for a second, I thought I was going to lose him too, when I stumbled and fell into the deep. He follows me. He always does. We're almost at the apex. But the winds howl louder than ever, clawing at us, screaming like it wants to tear us apart and erase all the progress we've made. Every step forward is a battle. I press on, pushing against the storm, against the weight of everything that has tried to drag me down before. He does too. I glance at him. His movements are slower now, his scarf tattered, his light dimming. But he's still here. And so am I. I stay close. He is not going to be another person I let disappear, and vice versa. At this point, we're not speaking, not only out of fatigue, but because we don't need to. Our steps fall in sync, our silhouettes barely distinguishable against the endless white. The world is trying to bury us, trying to undo everything we've fought for. But we won't let it. Not this time. Not now. Not ever. We would just remain collapsed, consumed by the cold, forever, forgotten. I rise. And I take off. And I reach the apex. What a beautiful world it is. And, as it turns out, I'm not alone. The white-robed traveler is with me. The world is endless, vast, full of color and warmth. And I've never been this happy before. For the first time in my life, I feel free, warm, and just totally in the moment. And best of all, he's with me. As we jump from carpet to carpet, landmark to landmark, I realized that the journey wasn't just about reaching this place. It was about who we became along the way. as we soar higher and higher, I wonder if this bond was what it was always meant to be. A bond, a meeting, a fleeting moment that will change me forever, even if we don't walk the same path after this. This bond between me and the white-robed traveler, this journey, will stay with me forever.